Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and this reading will answer of your question. Ted wants to know if I could do a reading on Robert Mueller. Was he ever really working for us, or was he secretly working to help Trump? And Ted is saying that the latest revelations in Andrew Weismann's book are very disturbing. So I looked online. The book is not out yet, but it's called, I think it'll be out the end of this month, which, we're almost there. It's called Where the Law Ends, and it's supposed to delve into the challenges, under, well, it was under Rod Rosenstein that pulled a fast one as well. And Jeff Sessions was in there in the beginning, and then he... with the Department of Justice, and then he resigned, recused himself, and then was forced to resign, I believe. And then, of course, Rod Rosenstein stepped in, and now we have Bill Barr. So anyway, back to the question. I'm going to do a little bit of a modification of the normal karmic spread that I've used for Trump every day. And also I'll talk you through it as I go. So with just focusing in on Robert Mueller, the forces that were in motion for him, his challenges were, his real feelings, his actions, and then let's just put the card at the card at the top. Instead of karma, it's going to be what was controlling him, where he did not have control. And then the last two are going to be the influences of others. I think that's the only way that we can do a fair reading for Robert Mueller here. And I can always layer it with the Lenormand too. I have that deck all shuffled and ready to go. Ooh, so the forces in motion. We have justice reversed. So that's injustice. That's Bill Barr currently. Yikes! And the challenge is dark money with the Three of Pentacles. The architects of dark money. Okay, his real feelings, the Five of Cups, he was definitely grieving and having a hard time. He was feeling at a loss. What he actually did, he tried to protect us. He definitely tried to protect us. What he had no control over, wow, had no control over the delving into the records. This is like a real, deep, dark limitation. That would have to do with not being able to get what he needed. That's the Knight of Pentacles, and so with the Knight of Pentacles there, in the position of what he had no control over, it's being really stuck. So this just shows that limitation that was upon him. Yikes! And then other people's influence. Well, the past and the Emperor. Six of Cups and the Emperor. Yikes. Yeah, okay, so diving in, of course, no justice, unfairness, a lack of honesty, a lack of equality, major dishonesty. That's the forces that were in motion. So the investigation was opened, but then this monstrosity of the DOJ stepped in and said, no, you cannot look into his finances. nope, we're going to protect him. We're the architects of the, USA. Wow, this is really, really dark here. And then, excuse me, then he just felt awful. He felt at a complete loss. I mean, this is the card of like grieving and not being able to really get past it, and then being, with being stuck here, not being emotionally able to get past it. But what he actually did, though, God, I mean, why doesn't he write a book? I hope he's writing a book. I hope his health is good enough that he's writing a book. But then again, he wouldn't know. The only thing that came through with the 700 pages was that definitely Russia was interfering, that Russia had interfered in the election and was continuing to interfere. With his testimony, he said, at the moment, they're interfering right now and they will in the future. So interesting. If he could write a book, it would be awesome. But with this five of this is regret. His real feelings is a big regret, because a big disappointment and regret, and he's probably grieving at this point, at this juncture. And then with what he's really feeling, or I'm sorry, what he actually did. This is real feeling. This is what he actually did with the Queen of Cups here. What he actually did was he stayed as emotionally calm as he could, and he's an ex-Marine, of course, so he did everything by the book, by the rules, knowing that he was under the DOJ. And then at some point I'm sure he realized, like, why won't they let me look at his records? Why do they keep me stuck in this position? But he had to do it anyway. I think he did the best he could with what he had. And then, he used his intuition as well, because the Queen of Cups is a very, very intuitive card. But with all this hanging down on him, he couldn't. He was stuck. He was stuck and couldn't look into the finances. And then with other people's influence, this is the card of the past. Not being able to look into the past. This is also a card of innocence. But coupled with the, I can't say that there was an innocent, because of this. These two cards are the most important cards in the whole spread. Because of this wasn't innocent, and this person, this force over him, the King of Wands. This is the legal department, justice in the legal department. Yeah, these lawyers said, you can't go there. They probably held back the paperwork. I mean, because of course he could get into tax records if he were allowed to, but it doesn't look to me like he was allowed to. So let me quickly layer it with the Lenormand and see what we can get here. So forces in motion, choices, challenges to the forces in motion, illness, malady, whatever, malaise of the brain, I'm thinking, the sickness of the Justice Department. I mean, why else would Jeff Sessions resign, recuse himself, and then months later was forced to resign? Okay, his real feelings, Robert Meuller. Let's get back at Robert Muller's real feelings. Yeah, this was a very emotional. I mean, look at these two Cups cards. These are, rarely do we get any Cups cards with Treason Weasel, but with, Twitler, Nazi Moto. What do we want to call him today? we have 2 Cups cards. 3, I'm sorry, 3 Cups cards with Robert Meuller. And this is major emotional, care. It's also your reputation. I think he cared about his reputation, and he also cared about the United States and, honoring all that's sacred. Okay, and then what he actually did, he tried to get in and open the lock. He tried to get in the doorway. He knew how important this was. Okay, what he had no control over, speaking up. Yeah, and then the forces in motion, or the other, I'm sorry, influences, the other influencers. Yeah, the ones that have been in power for a very long time. And then the news. Okay, so the information. Yeah, you know what? My dearest Ted Grace, you guys, everyone should subscribe to his channel. He has a wonderful voice and he sings. So anyway, my dearest viewer here, I cannot say that Robert Meuller had anything. If he had anything going on that was negative, I would have gotten, let me see if I can find the negative cards quickly. I would have gotten this card here for abuse. I would have gotten the fox for something nefarious, or maybe even the mice card. I would have gotten, let's see, in this deck, yeah, maybe something dangerous, or like some, papers that he cut, or information. There's the fox card. Secrets, I didn't get that. Snake, I didn't get that. I didn't even get clouds in here. We didn't get any of the negative cards that I should have gotten if he had done something underhanded. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out in Andrew Weiss's book, but I just have to say that he didn't have any control over the news cycle or the information. Yeah, the writer delivers, documents. He couldn't get the documents because the powers that be held it away from him. He couldn't even dive into the past from long ago. He couldn't get to the financial records, I believe. He wasn't able to, which would have been the way to see how Donald Trump is compromised. And just keep in mind, that is the thing that he has, that Treason Weasel has fought the hardest for, has been to keep his tax records secret. He will not release those tax returns. He will not show whatever he declared on his tax returns. So yeah, so I would say Mueller's clean. He was probably tormented and very sad about what was going on. Definitely held back. And then, I hope he writes a book someday to let us know how it really went down. But then again, maybe Andrew Weismann is the one that's going to help him with, or maybe he's the reason he wrote the book. We'll have to wait and see. So, okay. Well, thank you guys. Take care. Bye.